an urgent care center, just like this, where we wanted to do all the investigations, the CT, the X-rays, MRIs, and maybe an overnight bed. Of course, we all know what happened during 2020, 2021, COVID came, and during that time we realized that an ambulatory care center would not be sufficient. I'm happy that we didn't have another COVID when we were doing this, because I don't know what would have happened. So it grew from just an ambulatory care center to a full service hospital with high dependency or intensive care beds, as well as an MRI that wasn't planned for. Today here what we have is a mini version of that. We don't have an MRI, but we do have CTs. We have a CT scan machine, we have X-ray, we have ultrasound, and we also have overnight stay beds. And we have the ability to have doctors on call even after hours. So if someone is sick and wants to have an option, rather than going to the public hospital, they can also come here. And depending on the case, we'll be able to keep that person. Maybe not for 24 hours, but for 23 hours. That's what an urgent care is. We have two able doctors that are here usually. Dr. Taylor is a wonderful doctor she joined our team. She's been extremely helpful. And it was her dream actually to have something in her hometown. So one thing with Omega is that we listen. We listen to not just our doctors, we listen to our patients. We listen to the needs of the community. And 2 years later, we're here. And I must say that I think it's a wonderful idea. Back in the day when I used to do my adventures, Falmouth was only a place that I drive through. But now I've put down roots there. So it's getting better. As part of the offerings, we offer general practitioner services as well. And we're wary that we have other doctors around, and we're not here to take, and I'm saying this with all sincerity, as a doctor myself, we're not here to take away patients from doctors. We're here to do our best and offer the best service. Now, if patients come and like what they see, and they want to stay with us, we're not going to turn them back as well. But our main thing is to offer the services that are not available in Falmouth. And that is your CTs, your X-rays, your ultrasounds, and also our labs. Because we also have a lab, a full service lab that we run in Negril. So we have we collect our samples here, and within 3 days you can get your results. I think right now most labs are offering 7 to 10 days. And I think that's a big improvement, especially when it's an emergency. My wife, who isn't here today, especially loves this town, not because of any particular reason, well, probably for selfish reasons. She's a Bajan, and it reminds her a lot of Bajan architecture. So she loves it here. And even if I was going to oppose it, we all know that a happy wife is a happy life, right? So I wouldn't be able to do that. We are also looking to form partnerships with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, assisting the Falmouth Hospital. Now, Dr. Leighton Perrin, I know you're the SMO of Falmouth, but in my mind, you're the SMO of the entire parish, probably beyond. On Friday, you were in Negril, and I know that you're all over. I know you're having tremendous challenges, in getting services at the hospital that you are, and we're here to offer our support. All right? Don't be afraid to call us at any time. It doesn't matter if it's after hours, we'll get it done. So no longer will you have to be sending patients all the way to Montego Bay. Even further, that is like out of Montego Bay. But yeah, no longer will you have to be doing that. And we really take that seriously. And that's one of the reasons why this area was chosen, because it's literally 5 minutes from you. We're looking to partner with business leaders. Past Custos is here. I see that, his wife. Custos, President Custos, Representative Reverend Rotty. Today we're looking to have two men of God. So I think that's extra blessings. We have Pastor Levy and we have Reverend Rotty. So, you know, we expect nothing but good things for Falmouth. As I said, we listen to our patients, we listen to our doctors, and we're here to help. We're here to improve the service in Falmouth. When we start, I'm going to go back a little. When we started in Negril, I remember, and that was 1999. Yeah, 1999, that's 24, almost 25 years ago. When we started there, Negril was considered a fishing village with little or no medical service. And of course, when we started at first, we just continued the tradition of what general practitioners would do. But soon after we started, we realized that there was a big gap in how, or let's say, a challenge in how the medical service was delivered to the hotels. Because you know, Negril is about fishing and tourists. And soon after we started there, we implemented, joined with other practitioners and implemented a service where we had a timetable. When nurses would work at the hotel, because somebody would always be on call, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So when doctors are taking their vacations, there'll be a roster. So they would know, okay, Dr. Foster is not here, he's not around, he's on vacation. Dr. So-and-so is not here. So that's how we did it at first. And I must say that that was also out of selfish reasons, because I used to fear going to the hotels. Because even though I liked concierge medicine, I'll be in my office and I would get a call from a nurse at some hotel, and you just don't know what you're going into. You don't know what it is, and sometimes you have the hotels that are calling do not have a nurse. So you know that's even worse, because the nurses will be able to tell you or guide you, but when it's a hotel that has no nurses at all, then you know you're in for a surprise all the time. So we had not just a roster that covered the hotels, but we also had nurses that we could send to the hotels. You know, and we would do this free of cost. We send them, we have them assess, and then they would call the doctor when needed. Fast forward a few years later, we took over most of the stations. We supplied our own nurses, we contracted our own doctors, and eventually we realized that we needed other support services. We started an ambulance company, so we also operate our own ambulance company, which hopefully we will have one parked somewhere close in the near future. We operate Ocharias, we operate one in Negril as well, but we have a few ambulances that we have at our disposal to dispatch. So we started our ambulance service in 2014. We started the company in 2009. So if you follow, 1999, we opened an office. In 2009, we started our company. And that company, we expanded throughout the Caribbean. We were in Barbados, Grenada. I was going to say Falmouth, sorry. Grenada, Antigua. And to this day, we get calls sometimes because even though we no longer operate in those areas, we now have little Omega Medical offices going up. And I kid you not, Omega Medical. And I'm sure it's because of the impact we had when we were there. So I think the brand we're creating is a brand that we can be proud of and is a brand that will serve Falmouth well. Of course, in 2018, we started building our hospital. And it's there in Negril. It's here to support all our other ventures. It's an anchor. We have ICU beds. We have general beds. And as I say, we have all the support services, including a full service lab. So hopefully in the future, we'll be improving on Falmouth, whether it's here or getting our own place somewhere. We're looking to grow with the town. And that's what we've done in Negril, and that's what we're hoping to do here. We want to grow with you. We want to be part of the family. And so far we feel very accepted. We feel as if we're welcome. And that's a lot to say. We've been in other places where we weren't welcome, and we still stayed. So I'm happy that we're welcome here, because I see us having a very, very long and close relationship. So, on behalf of my family, it's Omega family, before I end, as I say, it's 25 years. So it's not, it's 25 years of history. But before I end, I must say that my son is here today. And what planted the seed of a hospital was, he was 6 months old, and I'll never forget that night. He developed bronchiolitis. Now, well, for the non-doctors, it's a condition that scares the hell out of you. It is a condition that you see your child struggling to breathe just for air. And you know that the only place that can help is a hospital. So even though he had parents who were 2 doctors, the only thing I could do was, at the time I had a pretty fast vehicle. No, not as fast as this one. Right, Doc? But I made it to Cornwall in no less than 30 minutes from Negril. So, and from that time it was something that we kept thinking about. Okay, so we knew what was happening to them. About persons who wouldn't know what to do. And we're happy that he's still here, and we have at least improved the services of Negril forever. We at Omega, we have we are built on 5 pillars. Right? It's trust, integrity, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. And we intend to keep it that way. So we will be the doctors, the service, not just the doctors, but the service you can trust. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Foster. At this time, I'd like to ask Counsel for the Falmouth Division, Mr. Garrett Wilkinson, to bring greetings on behalf of the division.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremony. I must say, I have to especially recognize or worship the mayor. But I can't help, Pastor Roti. You see, when you come to a function like this, and although you might say, Pastor Levy, here might be so white. He's my schoolmate, you know. Not because he graced faster than me, it's because of his teaching career. You must realize that it is because he went into teaching. What caused that? The extra stress. What caused that grain here? I have to acknowledge it. Dr. Dale, I'm glad that Dale Foster, I'm glad that 30 minutes from Big Ray to Montego Bay that you're still with us. We have the most treacherous road network, and we say from Bengal to Pillar, it's the most treacherous road network we have. And it's probably one of the straightest piece of road you might have in Jamaica, but it's the most treacherous because we have, so that is why your medical center is so welcome for us here in Trelawny, because really and truly you might have urgent here, might come in far faster than you think. But I have to acknowledge everybody who were recognized, including the SMO of Falmouth Hospital, and all the staff, the Shirley, and everybody else who come there. The organization like Kiwanis and Rotary, Skokan, and so on. Former Custis and his wife, Moshe, Pastor Rocky for representing our Custis. But you see, one gentleman have on a shirt named TPD Code. And you see, when you have persons like that in your midst, is where the money comes in. The tourist money comes in. So alright? There are tourists going on with welcome persons like you. You understand? Because they need a lot more. I realized that Mr. Twin was here and also Mr. Hilton, who are your partners, in having all that we need to achieve in this town. I'm holding it to it. It's there. I could not come on and not recognize it. You see, when you have persons who actually help with the nursing facility, the nursing fraternity, Ms. Harry, you help with the training of our patient care, and I have to acknowledge you. I welcome the farmer, and I start by saying we appreciate the positive upliftment of our community, and that's why we have the Trelawny and the Rotary members here to acknowledge where we want to go as a committee. And the grand opening of our urgent care center is something that will benefit each and every one of us. Here's where we know urgent care centers are ideal if you need care for a minor medical issue, or if you require other medical services like laboratories, CAT scan, X-rays, ultrasound. That is what Dr. Dale Foster is supposed to offer to us. They can provide an alternative option, because you know that we have two other just right down the road, by half moon, you go G, West and all that, where we get the other services. Provide alternative options for the people who may have primary care doctors and who need care outside of a doctor business hours. So for one to be open here, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's 2 years later, Dr. Dale, because I remember that, Dr. Foster, that we were here when you just started the first groundbreaking. And I was here for that, and to see the fruition that you have now finally, and here for the opening is something to do. So for one to open here in our hometown is something to be proud of. To be here for a grand opening of the Omega Medical Falmouth Urgent Care Center is a huge honor It is time when our health is of paramount importance. Because we just went through COVID, so we all know it. And that is the sweetest thing about it, because we have a doctor there who comes every month to our meeting, and she tells us about the vaccination and all that we need. And then the young men who go down there at 36 years old, Dr. Perry, you tell them, and we find out that some persons are dying now who have been vaccinated. We ask them why. You doctors are telling us something other than what everybody is telling us about the vaccination. But that's for another meeting and another day. To be here for the opening of the center is a breath of fresh air, a blessing to the citizens of Falmouth. Through the various pandemic, we have noticed how important health is to the society's well-being. So let us remember, long life is not taken for granted. It is a gift from our Creator, God. So may the Lord guide and protect all of us and help the wonderful staff of the Omega Medical Falmouth Urgent Care Center to save lives. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wilkinson. I noticed that you mentioned that you are here for the groundbreaking. I just want to make emphasis on it as well. And thank you and Mayor Gijo. You are both here for the groundbreaking. And to see you back here for the grand opening, it really pleases us. It's highly appreciated. At this time, we would like to take greetings from His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Colin Gijo. Make him welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. And let me see if I can go through the protocol. You have the Dr. Foster and family. You are all the owners of this very exciting future. And of course, let me recognize Dr. Perry from the hospital. And of course, we have our Minister in the House, Pastor Stanley. And of course, we do have Reverend Rutty, who's representing the Custos today. We also have the former Custos and his wife. And of course, we have, as God mentioned, the money man in the house, the financer, mover and shaker of Falmouth, Mr. Baker himself. We are happy to have you here, sir. Nurse, we are happy to have you. And of course, the business folks who is representing Mrs. Shirley. And of course, the, I think was it now, Heart and Soul Foundation. Yes, we are happy to have you both here. And I hope I have it out anyway. And of course, we have the press here today, with the reporting, and all the other ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to be here. It is my distinct pleasure to bring greetings today at this official opening of Omega Medical. It seems like just yesterday, ground was broken for this facility. Indeed, healthcare is an extremely crucial service to our nation. This facility and all the offerings will certainly bluster healthcare services in the parish of Trelawny. I laud the Omega Medical Team for the tremendous work they have been doing in the parish to provide quality, preventative, promotive, curative, and rehabilitative healthcare that is accessible, acceptable, and reliable to the population of the parish. The state-of-the-art facility is one that brings about a healing and therapeutic ambience in and of itself. As local authority, stakeholders, business persons, and residents, we all must work together in an aid to have this parish and island clean, safe, and as healthy as we want to be. It is not a one-man, one group, or one agency thing. It is everybody coming together, and this must be done. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you all to put your hands together as we welcome and commend the Omega Medical Team. May God bless you all. Thank you.